What is up, gamers? Here we have a customer's Nintendo DS that is very broken. It is very broken indeed. I have not looked at it yet. Just opened the package. Here it is. We'll open up the bag and see what we have. So, this system is in two pieces. The wires are hanging on for dear life, but I'll get those replaced. So yes, this system is in two pieces. We can see this shell piece is very broken. That's coming completely off. The top screen is definitely beyond repair. Let's plug it in and see if it has power. Alright, so it does charge. Let's get a battery to put in here. The bottom screen should flash. Oh my. Whoa. The top screen is good. The top screen is totally fine. Are the speakers okay? Both of the speakers are okay too. We might be able to salvage this top screen. This is unbelievable. Okay, well the touch screen needs replaced. It does have its issues, but the top screen actually might be totally fine. The shoulder buttons do not work. They click, but they don't work, so I need to clean the shoulder buttons up from the inside. So let's disassemble it. Alright, we can take our slot cover out, put this off to the side, and get to disassembling. So we'll remove these rubber pads here. I am so very surprised that the top screen is not damaged. Like, it doesn't even glitch in and out. Normally when this happens, the top screen will at least glitch in and out, but this top screen is totally fine. But normally when this happens, the top screen won't even work, which is why I originally said that I thought the bottom screen would just flash. Because if one screen is not plugged in or detected, then the opposite screen will flash white and the system will never turn on. But this is very surprising to me so far. So, well, this is not a pleasant surprise at all. Web, big nasty ugly web. So, I have arachnophobia, so I'm not really a fan of this. And I only have one glove left, so I can't even get a glove on my other hand, but hopefully there's no longer a spider. If there is a spider, it's probably dead. This web is so tough. This web is so nasty, dude. Like, it's just a ball of silk. Really tough silk. And it is just all up in there. Okay, so there's some more web all throughout here. We got some trapped in there still. Get that cleaned up. And I'm going to disconnect our poor top screen so that that's not connected anymore. And then this needs disconnected. No web around there. This needs disconnected. Okay, so this is our board that we are left with. There's another bug right there. I am going to disconnect the bottom screen for the sake of cleaning everything up. And now I do need to replace this digitizer here, so peel the top border that we will transfer to our new digitizer. So now I'll try to clear out as much dust as possible. I also want to have our new digitizer on standby, so this is trash. Here is a new digitizer. So just get as much dust out as possible, because these dust specks definitely look like dead pixels with the screen on. They are definitely big enough to cause that issue. Alright, so now I can peel this back layer to reveal the adhesive, and now we can come in. Try to make it as straight as possible, and then press it down. Make sure there's no dust in there, which there's not, so we can press it down. And now, attach it to our motherboard. Close that clamp, so now this is all ready to go when we get there for reassembly, but for now, we need to undo our top screen, which is definitely hurting right now. Alright. Those cables were in the way and it wouldn't let the top screen come out. As soon as I got it out though, the top screen came out and it's a tiny bit crunched, but that does not matter if it works. So our buttons here are good, so I will be reusing the buttons. So we'll set this off to the side so that we can quickly transfer the buttons. Alright, so now I have some precise tweezers that I can use to gently stab these rubber pads to get them out. Alright, now we can get these 4 Phillips screws out. Well, no more web. That was it. Get these cables out of here so I can replace them. So here we have replacements. Fold that down. We can put our speakers in place and get the top plate on. There we go. So now we need to come in with this new shell piece because it's torn right here, it's broken right here. That piece got mangled. But got a lot of replacements here, so look for one in good shape. This one is in very good shape, so I will use this one. And then I need a hinge cover as well. So here I have a whole thing full of parts, and our hinge covers are right here, so I'll be grabbing one of those. So that's good, and now I'll make sure the hinge cover doesn't have any wobble to it. Tight, so that's good. Let's get our replacement bottom inner piece on, and I can assemble it this way because we don't have buttons in the piece that would fall out otherwise. Got our top screen cable through this slit right here. Pull it down. Now we can put our hinge cover in place and get it screwed on. Alright, so now let's route this microphone cable. Make sure our black cable is pointing that way. I like to open this, set it like this, and now I put my fingers here to catch the ABXY buttons. It's a little sticky, so I'll clean it. But then I kind of get them all in place there. Here's the toothbrush. This is the one I was looking for earlier. But okay, that should be all good now. So we got our motherboard that we cleaned up from earlier. We can get the top screen cable in. The top screen that is somehow still working. Knock on rubber desk mat. And before I go any further, I want to make sure the top screen is still working. So we'll get one screw in there. We'll pop our Wi-Fi chip on, get the battery in place, and make sure the top screen still works. Look at that. This DS is a champion. Now our top screen does need one thing. I don't know if it shows well on camera, but yeah, it does. You can see the horizontal lines. If you look towards this black bar, you can see horizontal lines. That just means that the voltage needs adjusted for the potentiometer, which is right here. This is the potentiometer. So got a little Phillips screwdriver in there, and I turn it until it looks better. It is not adjusting anything. Can't get it in well enough. Probably should have done this beforehand, but I think the top screen is damaged. I definitely should have done this beforehand. I don't know what I was thinking, to be honest. This may just be a potentiometer issue, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the DS apart to the point where I can replace this potentiometer, because it looks like it might actually be a little damaged. I mean, I did mess with it a lot right there, but so I'm going to disconnect the motherboard entirely, disconnect the bottom screen and everything. Alright, so here is a good donor board. I'm going to desolder the potentiometer off of this motherboard and then solder it onto our customers. Alright, we'll see if that made a difference. So far it looks like it has. It has not. Not at all. So we'll see if this potentiometer will work and if it'll adjust it or not. And I, again, need to solder the potentiometer on because it fell off. Alright, so that's on there strong, so that won't fall off again. And while our soldering iron was heating up, I already got this top plate disassembled off to the side. So we do need a new top screen. So here is a potential donor. This is like a perfect match. That's pretty crazy. So On camera it looks different. I don't know why on camera it looks different, but in person it looks like literally identical. So that's good. So I will be using this top screen. We will be reusing this top screen lens because this is our customers from their dear DS. But now we need to get this system disassembled, and it's already, the top part of it was already disassembled, I can see, so that's cool. Alright, 2 minutes later, we have our top screen, so now we gotta transfer this lens. There's some dust on this, so I'm going to try my best to get it out quickly. And set it in place. Alright, that should be good. So now, let us get this fully assembled again, and we'll see how this top screen is looking. I'm just having really bad luck. It could be the motherboard as a whole, not even the top screen potentiometer, but the whole motherboard itself could be causing this issue. This motherboard is so cursed. The potentiometer is not doing anything. I definitely soldered it properly because it's on there well. Plug this in and see how it works. Not even going to get a screw in at this point. I just want to test it and make sure it works first. So we can see it's having the same effect. But if I adjust this, I should be able to fix it. And voila! After all this time, it's finally gone. No more horizontal lines. Looks good. So now we can finally reassemble after a top screen replacement and a motherboard replacement and trying to troubleshoot the original motherboard. It was just bad. It just must have been bad from something. I'm not sure from what, but what I was soldering was the top screen's potentiometer, which adjusts the voltage that is being sent to the top screen, and me soldering new ones in definitely should have fixed it. I don't know why it didn't. Maybe I'm just bad or something, you know, but I've done that plenty of times and it's always worked when I've done that, so. And the existing shell pieces have been cleaned in and out. Now, before I put our bottom plate back on, I want to make sure these shoulder buttons work, because this is a donor board. Man, that looks awesome. I'm so happy with this. It does not look this different in person. Cameras always make things look different. It's so weird. R worked. L works. Touchscreen works great, is accurate. No more weird rapid fire issue. So now we can come in with our bottom plate. Get it on, and then we can get all of its screws on. Here we have our bottom screen border from before. Get that on. Now we have our 4 Phillips screws up here. Pop in games just to make sure it can read games. Stylus back in there. Oh man, this is awesome. I'm so happy with this. This looks awesome. The screen is perfect. It works fantastic. The hinge is strong again. So that is it. Here is our fully repaired Nintendo DS. It was in half. It is no longer in half. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This took 1 hour and 20 minutes to fix. Thank you a ton for watching. I really appreciate it. Stick around for more. Subscribe for more really cool DS content. I have such cool videos and a lot more cool videos to come. Thank you guys a ton for watching. I appreciate it. I will see you in the next one.